Come with me as I embark on a personal quest to grow herbs in a basic garden and document the entire process for you. Starting a herb garden can be a great way to get into gardening, even if you're a complete beginner. It's a low-commitment, high-reward way to grow your own fresh herbs and add some greenery to your space. And the best part is, it's really not that hard. With a few simple steps and some basic knowledge, you can have your own thriving herb garden up and running in no time. When it comes to starting a herb garden, one of the biggest challenges beginners face is simply not knowing where to start. There are so many different herbs to choose from, and it can be overwhelming to decide which ones to plant first. Another common issue is lack of space. Many people assume you need a big backyard to grow herbs, but that's just not true. You can grow herbs on a small balcony, patio, or even just on a sunny windowsill. Additionally, many beginners may not know how to care for their herbs properly. They might not know how much water to give them, or how much sunlight they need. And sometimes people can get discouraged if their herbs don't thrive right away. But don't worry, we're going to tackle all of these challenges and more in this video. So if you're new to herb gardening, don't worry, we're in this together. By the end of this video, you'll have all the knowledge you need to get started and be on your way to growing your own delicious fresh herbs. Let's start with the fun part, choosing which herbs to plant. When it comes to selecting herbs, there are a few things to keep in mind. First, think about which herbs you use the most in your cooking. If you're a big fan of Italian food, you might want to choose basil, oregano, and parsley. If you love Mexican food, cilantro and lime basil might be the way to go. Next, consider the growing conditions for each herb. Some herbs, like mint and lemongrass, are really easy to grow and can thrive in partial shade. Others, like rosemary and thyme, need full sun and well-draining soil. By choosing a mix of easy-to-grow and more challenging herbs, you'll be able to learn as you go and get a sense of what works best for you. Once you've chosen your herbs, it's time to think about containers. You don't need to break the bank to get started. Even small pots or planters will work just fine. Just make sure they have drainage holes in the bottom to prevent waterlogged soil. Now that we've got our herbs in containers, it's time to create an ideal growing environment. This means thinking about sunlight, water, and soil. Most herbs need at least 4 to 6 hours of direct sunlight per day, so choose a spot that gets plenty of sun. When it comes to watering, the key is to avoid overwatering. Herbs prefer well-draining soil and can rot if the soil is too wet. One crucial tip that can make or break a beginner's herb gardening experience is proper watering. It's so important to check the soil daily and only water when it feels dry to the touch. This will prevent root rot and ensure your herbs are getting exactly the right amount of moisture. Another key factor is light requirements. Some herbs, like basil and mint, need full sun to produce plenty of leaves. Others, like parsley and cilantro, prefer partial shade to prevent scorching. By paying attention to the specific needs of each herb, you'll be able to give them exactly what they need to thrive. Finally, don't forget to fertilize your herbs regularly. A balanced fertilizer will provide all the necessary nutrients for healthy growth and development. By following these simple steps, you can create a thriving herb garden that will provide you with fresh, delicious herbs all season long. Remember, the key is to keep it simple, start small, and be patient. With a little practice and patience, you'll be an herb gardening pro in no time. Thanks for joining me on this journey to set up a simple herb garden from scratch. I hope you found this video helpful and informative. If you've got a favorite herb to grow, let me know in the comments below. And if you're looking for more gardening tips and tricks, be sure to check out my next video where I'll be sharing even more ways to get the most out of your garden. Happy gardening!